Hey, welcome back to another episode of Latravia's Kitchen. So today we are making some collard greens. Yes, collard greens. So as you can see, we got the collard green leaf. So basically, we're going to devein our leaf. So this is the vein, and what we need, at first you wash it and everything, but we're gonna go and just cut in towards the vein and take that out. It's gonna look like a V for the most part. We're gonna fold it over and then roll it up. So it's like we have a roll, and then we're gonna take a long cut that way, and then some horizontal cuts. So I've done that with plenty of other leaves, and now we're gonna head over to the stove. So now we're at the stove. We have our pot here. Also, for my collard greens, I like to have bacon in my collard greens. So what we're gonna do is take our 4 strips of bacon and just kind of tear them apart and put them in the pot. We already turned the heat on the pot. The strips of bacon have already been cooked all the way. We're just gonna tear them up, put them in here. So the bacon already had a little bit of grease, but I'm gonna pour a little bit of it that was still on the pan in here. Next up, I'm going to add in some butter. I got about 3 tablespoons of butter. So I'm just gonna drop that in, let it start melting down, and go ahead and add in some onions. A little bit of diced onion. So with that diced onion and everything, we're just gonna stir this around. The butter's melting down. Everything's getting nice and coated by the butter. Once that butter gets all the way melted down, then we're gonna add in our collard green leaves. I know some people put like ham hocks or something else in their collard greens. For me, it's just always been simple just to go ahead and do the bacon. Plus I love bacon anyway, so it adds a nice flavor. If you don't like regular bacon, I mean, you can try it with turkey bacon. I'm not really a fan of turkey bacon, but if you're used to that flavor, you may like it. So now that our butter is melted down, we're going to take our leaves and start putting them in here. So now we got our leaves in here. We want them to start wilting down some. So let's try to get all of them to have some kind of surface area to the bottom of the pan, or the sides where the heat is. At this moment, we're going to start introducing our seasonings. So of course, I love adding pepper. So let's go ahead and add in some black pepper. I want these collard greens to have a little bit of a kick. So one of my favorite seasonings, Slap Your Mama. So we're going to go ahead and add that in there too. If you don't want too much of a kick, watch out for how much you put in there. I have been told before, oh, these are spicy. Yeah, but I love it. Then we're gonna add a little bit of salt. And we're gonna give them a nice little stir again, because they're starting to wilt down some. and then let them start wilting down a little bit more. It's probably going to be like somewhere between 3 and 5 minutes. Depends on how high you got your stove by. It's been about 3 minutes, and you can see they're wilted down just how I want them to be. This was 2 bushels of collard greens, so if you're trying to feed a big family, you're going to need way more than 2, but this is basically all I need. So you can see, nice and bubbly with the butter down there. So of course, no, we're not done. Now we need to add in some chicken broth to our collard greens. If you have bone broth, I would suggest using the bone broth. I don't have any bone broth, so I'm just going to use regular chicken broth. It adds really good flavor. I'm just going to add a good amount, kind of cover the bottom of the pot. So it's like the collards are kind of floating in it. And we want to bring it to a slight boil. Put the chicken broth in there. Get everything that might be up on the side down into the chicken broth. So we added that chicken broth in there, and basically we're just gonna let it come up to a boil, and then once it starts like bubbling and boiling, we're gonna take it down to a lower temperature. That way we can do a nice simmer, and basically we're gonna simmer it for about 20-30 minutes. Basically get it to that texture that you want it to be. Me, I want it to be about 20-30 minutes. Sometimes when I've had way more collards, like a whole pot is full, I'll let it simmer for an hour. It just depends on how much you have and what kind of texture you want your collards to be. So I will check back in with you in about 20 minutes to check on the collards. So our 20 minutes have passed, and these collard greens are smelling great. It's actually smelling really great up in my kitchen today, because for the first time in a while, I decided I wanted a whole meal. So if you check out, there should be like a little thing that comes up like on the top left corner. It's like one of those little tags. I've made some beef short ribs in the crock pot. They're going in the background, so that's a whole nother video. And on top of that, because I had some beef barbecue ribs, I wanted some macaroni and cheese, so I made myself a macaroni pie. And it's sitting over there waiting. And then we got these collard greens. Guys, it smells fan-freaking-tastic in here. It really does. But the collards are done. And I know you guys are probably like, what do these collard greens even look like? Let's see. We got our onions, we got our bacon. Our chicken broth, all of that is all up in here. Again, remember, if this is something that you're going to make and your family is much larger than just 1 or 2 people, you're going to need way more than 2 bushels of collard green leaves, okay? But here you are, so you can see, nice, juicy, green collard greens. Look at them, got the bacon sticking out and all that in here. Yeah, so I am excited to eat. So just like always, all of the ingredients and the instructions will be down in the description box down below. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, guys, bye.